Coming up on this edition of Datitude, BBQ, and more, we're going to do some delicious beef short ribs. Stay tuned. You don't want to miss this.
Datitude, barbecue, and more. Datitude, barbecue, and more.
Welcome back to Datitude, BBQ, and more. And as I said in the opening, we're going to do some delicious beef short ribs tonight, and they are going to turn out so good. But before we get started, that's right, you know what to do. You slap that bell, you hit the subscribe button, and you give me some thumbs up so we can get this video out and get some likes out on the algorithm. I can only do that with your help. So please help out the channel by liking and subscribing to the page and hit the notification button so you know when I put out videos. And comment on this as well, and tell your friends and family about it so we can get the word out on how to be a better cook in the kitchen. Today is going to be such an easy cook. Beef short ribs, especially cut this thin. I'm going to put this up to the secondary camera. You can see how thin this is cut. These are going to take maybe 20 minutes, 30 minutes at the most. I don't find them this thinly cut most of the time. Found these at Sam's Club. Whenever I do find them this thin, I definitely buy them up because it's a quick cook and it's delicious and it's easy to do. I have seen some beef short ribs, this thick before with the bone in. This also has bone in, as you can see on the secondary camera. So when we're finished, we just carve around the bones and we get a good piece of meat out of this. And you can see how big some of these pieces are. So I'm super excited today to do this video on beef short ribs. I did some pork spare ribs in the past, and you can check out that video on this channel as well if you're more of a pork spare ribs kind of person. But before I get started, I also want to give a big shout out to the fifth graders at CIS. They just keep loving this channel, and I love them tuning in. So this is dedicated to all the fifth graders today at CIS. So again, what am I going to use today? That's the big question. 2 ingredients on this, just 2. That's right, 2. We've got extra virgin olive oil, and we've got the Datitude seasoning mix. That's all I'm going to use. I'm going to coat the front sides. I'm going to sprinkle on the Datitude. I'm going to let the meat rest for a little bit with the seasoning on there for about 10 or 15 minutes so it binds and soaks into the meat. I'm going to flip them over. I'm going to do the other side, and then I'm going to put them on the smoker tonight. I'm going to smoke slow and low as usual tonight, 225 degrees Fahrenheit on the smoker / grill, because I can use it as both. If you wanted to do these in the oven, you could certainly do these in the oven at about 275 degrees. Cut this thin, I would say about 30 minutes, but that would be your preference on the doneness of the meat. I also know that you could do this on the air fryer, in an air fryer, and you would pump that up to about 400 degrees and literally about 15 to 18 minutes on these, and you would flip them about the halfway point. So if you put them in, say, for 16 minutes, flip them at 8 minutes, and they also come out tender. So whatever your cooking method is, not everybody has a smoker. I understand that. A lot of people have a grill, so you could definitely grill them up. If you're going to put them on the grill, I'd say 275, maybe medium heat on the grill, and just flip them over about halfway through the cook. So whatever your method of cooking is, you can do beef short ribs. So I'm going to take the olive oil, and I'm just going to drizzle the olive oil across the meat. I'm going to do these over here as well. Man, you get so much meat from Sam's Club, you can't even fit it on one tray. It's amazing. And so I think I got all of these short ribs today for just about $40, which I thought was a bargain compared to where beef prices are today. So, and then I'm just going to take the Datitude seasoning, and you know what I like to do with that? I like to season high so it covers the meat. Look at that. It goes on so nice. Tonight, I'm actually going to let it rest for 15 minutes and come back and show you what it looks like. I normally don't do that because we're usually in a hurry when we're on here to get the cooking going, to get our cook on, so to speak. But tonight, I am going to let it do that. And you can see how easy that was. What did that take? Less than a minute to oil them up and to season them. So that's it. I'm going to go ahead and go outside and turn on the smoker grill now at 225, and I'll be back in about 15 minutes. So we'll reconvene then. See you soon. Oh, wow, guys, look at this. Look how the seasoning and the olive oil binder has done such a great job on these beef short ribs. The meat is sweating out, which is fantastic because that tells me the seasoning has binded onto the meat. Both trays look absolutely amazing with the Datitude seasoning and the olive oil binder. I've already fired up the smoker, and I'm going to put these on there right now. And hopefully in about 20 to 30 minutes, I will get those off and show you the finished product. But these have turned out amazing, and I just had to show you. Welcome back, and I have taken the beef short ribs off of the smoker, and I've got to say they look fantastic. If you can take a look from the secondary camera, you can see these things are very well cooked. I have more than these, obviously. I just laid these out on the cutting board so you can see the presentation. It took roughly from about 6:04 p.m. to roughly 6:30 p.m., so we're looking at 25, 26 minutes. I flipped them at about 12 minutes. At the 12-minute mark, I flipped them over, and so they've been cooked on both sides, and I can't wait to cut into them. I do have some Carolina barbecue sauce here because I do like to dip those in barbecue sauce. Whatever your sauce of choice is, or maybe you go sauceless, whatever it is, the fact is these things are going to taste fantastic. So I'm going to go ahead and cut into one right now. Let's go ahead and pull this one out. And what I'm going to do, as you can see on the secondary camera here, I'm just going to cut around the bone. Look how easy that cuts away. That's amazing as well. We're going to cut the bone. You can actually cut the bone completely off if you want, and I can pull it off right here. Very easily to come out. And that's just going to leave us the meat. And I always like to go in the center because that's where the most tender part of the meat is typically. And I'm telling you what, look at that. Now that, ladies and gentlemen, that is the perfect cook. A little pink on the inside, very nice on the outside, a good sear. And I'll cut another one off and hold it up as well with my fingers. But first, the moment of truth, right? Here it is, the moment of truth, the taste test on Datitude BBQ and More. Oh, I'm telling you what, it doesn't get much better than that. That was very tender, had a lot of flavor to it. That's why I love the beef short ribs. They have a ton of flavor, and it's cooked perfectly. So it's that easy to do. As a matter of fact, I'm going to go ahead and hold it up here with my fingers here. You can see how each side is cooked and how the middle has turned out. So that's the cook, guys. It took, what, less than a minute to season these up. I let the binder soak in and the seasoning soak in for about 15 minutes on each side. And then I showed you the end result of that. And then I put them on the grill or the smoker this evening for about 25 to 26 minutes. I flipped them halfway through at about the 12 to 13 minute mark, and they turned out fabulous. So again, before I get going today, please subscribe, slap that bell, and hit the subscribe button, and give me the thumbs up, and comment as you see a need. And guys, I'm so happy to do this cook tonight. It turned out fantastic, and I hope you enjoyed the beef short ribs on Datitude BBQ and More.
Datitude barbecue. He's the grilling dude. Datitude barbecue. You know how we do. Let it burn, smoking meats on that smoker grill. Clouds in the sky, you can smell the flavor in the air. Datitude.